Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is the North Brunswick Township Board of Education Conference public meeting. Today is Wednesday, January 28th. Could we please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Carter. Ms. Cepeda.
Here.
Ms. James.
Here.
Mr. Liguori. Dr. Patel.
Here.
Mr. Singh.
Here.
Ms. Sinha.
Here.
Ms. Toth.
Here.
And Mr. Wen.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law, the public notice of this meeting, which included the time, date, and location, was distributed by 3 p.m. on Wednesday, October 29th, 2025 in the following manner. Posted on the bulletin board reserved for announcements in the board office, 25 Linwood Place, North Brunswick. God bless you. Mailed to the Home News Tribune, Star Ledger, NJ.com, and the clerk of the Township of North Brunswick, and delivered to the 9 duly elected board members. Well, good evening, everyone. Good evening, students.
Good evening.
Judd School, thank you so much for having us. This is our first stop on our school tours for the 2026 calendar year. So we are very excited to be here. I want to wish everyone a happy new year. Probably the last time we'll say that because we're moving into February now. But it's great to be out to the building. As a board member, I know I could speak for the team that we love to get out to the schools, see what's going on, and seeing some of our students. So we're really excited for tonight's presentation. But before we have our presentation, I'll turn it over to Dr. Zakowski to introduce our presentation.
I want to say good evening as well to our Judd families and our Judd students. I got to ask the students before we turn it over to Dr. Glover. Were you happy with the snow day on Monday? Oh, good. That's what I do. That's what I did. That's the only decision I made this week. Family members, if you're not happy, that's what the board did.
Too bad.
No, we're very happy to be here, as our president said, Ms. Toth, that we get an opportunity to see our students, our staff here at Judd. I would like to say a road trip. This is a road trip for us instead of being cooped up at the board offices. We get a chance to be here and hear about the wonderful things that are going on here at Judd. As we know, we do get report on, but it's really nice to be here in person. So we ask all the principals of the various schools throughout the district to kind of come up and give us the best of. And I'm so happy to see so many staff members who worked a long day today to come back out and be part of the best of Judd. Without further ado, let me introduce our principal. You don't need introduction, Doc. Dr. Glover. Thank you, Doc.
Yeah, hopefully we have no technical difficulties tonight. I have to play this first. You can't get enough of this.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead you? Who'd have thought they'd lead you? Back here where we need you. On the spot. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back. And I know what a scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back. Yeah, we tease him a lot. Welcome back, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back, yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
So I was introduced, I always have to introduce the staff. This is a wonderful place. This is just the beginning. Good evening, Dr. Zakowski, members of the board, district leaders, staff, families, and community members. I'd like to begin by thanking you. January is Board Appreciation Month. I hope you knew that. On behalf of the entire Judd Elementary School community, I want to express our sincere gratitude for your continued support, your commitment to our students and our staff. The decisions you make obviously impact what we do. So the care and the time you take into making those decisions truly shape the experiences our children and our staff have, and we are deeply appreciative. Thank you. Welcome to Judd. Okay. Our theme this evening is Growing Hearts and Minds. Ooh. I don't know if I could do both of these things. At Judd, we believe that building strong relationships is the foundation of our success, and it's something that we do extremely well. Tonight, we have a full and exciting presentation planned. While I am incredibly proud of Judd and all that we have accomplished, I cannot and would not think about taking the credit alone. I have a wonderful staff, as you saw, and the success of our school is the result of their dedication, passion, and collaboration of everyone. This evening, you will hear from members of our staff, of our outstanding administrative team, and several exceptional teachers. They will share the incredible work happening in their classrooms and how strong relationships and meaningful connections with students drive learning and growth every day. We will highlight several of our key programs tonight, including our Gifted and Talented program, SOAR, our autism program led by Catherine Havens, the exceptional best supervisor, our bilingual ESL program, and the arts. More importantly, you will get to know how our students experience Judd. They are the heart of everything we do. You may even be treated to a small performance that showcases the talent and the impact of the opportunities we provide. Our mission at Judd is to empower students to become lifelong learners. We teach the whole child, enabling our students to reach their full social, emotional, and academic potential. We accept all students, we celebrate our individuality and diversity, and foster an environment of strong moral values. You have supported and improved key instructional resources that are making a meaningful impact and a difference in our classrooms. Our benchmark reading program has been instrumental in strengthening our literacy instruction this year and last year with our pilot. Our Envision Math has enhanced consistency and has strengthened our math instruction for all learners. And we are so excited about the continued growth and the expansion of our Smithsonian science curriculum. But tonight, we won't spend our time reviewing details of what we teach. You are already familiar with that, with our curriculum. Instead, this evening, what we want to do is focus on the how and the why. How we connect with and engage our students, and why strong relationships are at the core of our educational philosophy. While curriculum is essential, it is relationships that bring the curriculum to life. It is through trust, connection, and understanding that meaningful learning truly happens. So the research has long supported what educators know in their hearts, that relationships matter. Dr. James Comer, a child psychiatrist and founder of the Yale School Development Program, emphasized that no significant learning happens without meaningful relationships. His work reminds us that when students feel safe, valued, and connected, they are far more likely to thrive academically, socially, and emotionally. Among many others, George Washington Carver also viewed education as a tool not just for gaining knowledge, but for developing character and for uplifting others. He believed education should strengthen both the mind and the heart. Education without character is empty. Intelligence without humility is dangerous. Emphasizing honesty, humility, and responsibility alongside academics. That balance, hearts and minds, is exactly what we strive for at Judd every day. So before we continue, I'd like to share a short video with you. It features the late educator Rita Pearson, who powerfully reminds us that every child deserves a champion, an adult who believes in them, advocates for them, and never gives up on them. This 2-minute clip captures the heart of what we believe at Judd. It speaks to the importance of relationships, high expectations, and showing up for students every single day. As you watch, I just encourage you to listen for how her message reflects the work that our teachers do that you will be hearing shortly. Let's take a moment and watch, if I can. Oh, I think I have to go over to the...
You know, once a year I do a program that's for free.
This was not
I started during
supposed to
COVID, and as they're shutting down all the stadiums around the world, and I was like, you know, I have plenty of other businesses, but this was my mission. So we built a studio with
We know why kids don't learn. It's either poverty, low attendance, negative peer influences. We know why. But one of the things that we never discuss, or we rarely discuss, is the value and importance of human connection. Relationships. I have had classes that were so low, so academically deficient that I cried. I wondered, how am I going to take this group in 9 months from where they are to where they need to be? How do I raise the self-esteem of a child and his academic achievement at the same time? One year I came up with a bright idea. I told all my students, you were chosen to be in my class. Because I am the best teacher and you are the best students, they put us all together so we could show everybody else how to do it. One of the students said, really? I said, really? And I gave him a saying to say, I am somebody. I was somebody when I came. I'll be a better somebody when I leave. I am powerful and I am strong. I deserve the education that I get here. I have things to do, people to impress, and places to go. And they said, yeah. You say it long enough, it starts to be a part of you. Both my parents were educators. My maternal grandparents were educators. For years, I watched my mother take the time at recess to review, go on home visits in the afternoon. buy combs and brushes and peanut butter and crackers to put in her desk drawer for kids that needed to eat, and a washcloth and some soap for the kids who didn't smell so good. See, it's hard to teach kids who stink. Years later, after she retired, I watched some of those same kids come through and say to her, you know, Miss Walker, you made a difference in my life. You made it work for me. You made me feel like I was somebody when I knew at the bottom I wasn't. And I want you to just see what I've become. And when my mama died 2 years ago at 92, there were so many former students at her funeral. It brought tears to my eyes, not because she was gone, but because she left a legacy of relationships that could never disappear. Every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists that they become the best that they can possibly be. Is this job tough? You betcha. Oh God, you betcha. But it is not impossible. We can do this. We're educators. We're born to make a difference. Thank you so much.
The 2026 Chevy Equinox is ready for your daily drives, weekend getaways, and everything in between.
Sorry about that. At Judd, we take that to heart. Our staff members don't just teach lessons, they build bonds. They know their students' strengths, their challenges, their interests, and their dreams. We also hold another core belief: teaching and learning should bring you joy. Joy creates engagement, it builds connection. Joy helps children and adults want to come to school each day, ready to grow. When classrooms are filled with encouragement and mutual respect, learning becomes something that students lean into. Every goal, every day, is something that they strive for. Relationships are not just an extra at Judd. They are not a side initiative or a passing trend. They are embedded in every program that we have, every goal, and every single strategy that we implement. Our teachers, as you will see tonight, invest every day getting to know their students, their strengths, their challenges, their interests, and using that knowledge to help guide their instruction. When teachers truly know their students, they're able to personalize learning. Lessons are adjusted, supports are provided, and challenges are offered based on their individual needs. This ensures that every child is seen and supported, not just academically, but socially and emotionally as well. Most importantly, when students trust their teachers, learning accelerates. Trust leads to engagement. Engagement leads to persistence, and persistence leads to achievement. Our students work harder, they believe in themselves more, and they take ownership of their learning because they know their teachers believe in them. This is what our teachers do every day, quietly, consistently, behind the scenes. The impact of these relationships is seen in our classrooms, our culture, and in our students' success. So tonight, you're going to hear directly from some of the educators who bring this work to life. They will show you how these relationships and practices look in their classroom at Judd every day. Tonight, as you watch our teachers and students share their work, we hope that you see not just what our students are learning, but how they're learning through connection, encouragement, and why we believe relationships are the true foundation of lasting success. It's my pleasure to introduce our first teachers. That will be Miss Lachansky. She is a third grade teacher, followed by Miss Robinson, second grade, and then by Miss Haley and Miss Santana, our third grade inclusion team.
Is there a way to stick this? Can you hear me now? Okay. Okay. Good evening. I'm Miss Latansky, and welcome to my room 153 family, also known as my third grade classroom. In my classroom community, learning doesn't begin with a simple lesson. It begins with students feeling safe, heard, and valued. When children know they belong, they are far more willing to take risks, ask questions, and engage deeply in their learning. One of the intentional practices that helps establish a sense of safety and connection in my room is how we begin our day, with daily personalized greetings at the door and our morning meetings. These predictable, caring routines help my students feel connection, regulate their emotions, reduce stress, and prepare their minds for an optimal learning experience. In these moments, my students aren't passive participants, they are leaders with voices, roles, and responsibilities. Our current student leader walks us through our routines while the board monitor manages the slideshow. We usually start with expectation reminders, remembering what it looks like and sounds like for the special time that we share together. Next, we unite by individually greeting each other by name with a greeting of their choosing from several different languages. Then, we check in with how we're feeling so far using nonverbal responses and some type of feeling scale. After that, we do our wish well routine and the weekly positive affirmation and breathing strategy to disengage stress. We share any updates or reminders for the day, and then we move into our connecting activity, where we get to know each other better or address any concerns that arise. Finally, we make our commitments for the day and we toss our invisible spirit animals into our commitment box. With just 10 focused minutes each morning, our meetings help us align priorities, clear obstacles, and set a strong, intentional tone that sets us up for success for the rest of the day. One of my personal favorites is our wish well routine. And you can see the bottom middle picture. That's what it looks like. And my friends from last year, you know. So if a classmate is absent, we take the time to place them in our hearts, we send them all the positive vibes, and we wish them well with a little song. And then, upon their return, we intentionally let them know, we noticed you were gone, we missed you, and we're glad that you're back. For my students, this simple acknowledgement is incredibly powerful. It communicates belonging, care, and the reassurance that they matter, even when they aren't present. Visual reminders like our friends and family wall in the top right corner not only represents the strong connection we've built between our home and our school families, but it also sends a powerful reminder message on those hard days. You are loved. You are not alone. You can persevere. And over time, my students internalize these messages. And what a sight it is to see when one of my students who struggled begins to kiss their brain by repeating these affirmations, regulating their own emotions, and believing in themselves. This strong sense of community built through these routines directly shapes my instructional decisions. Because I take the time to learn about my students beyond academics, through interest interviews, informal conversations, our morning meetings, and family communication, I'm able to intentionally connect their cultures, experiences, and interests to the curriculum. When students see themselves reflected in our classroom library and learning materials, they develop a stronger sense of identity and set higher expectations for themselves. Like you can see the winter math goals that my students set for themselves, and they crushed it. This approach sparks creativity, it encourages collaboration and teamwork, and it empowers students to engage deeply in meaningful, relevant learning. In closing, community building is not separate from instruction. It's the foundation that makes learning possible. By creating a classroom rooted in connection, safety, and belonging, my students are empowered to show up as their full selves, support one another, and grow both academically and emotionally. Thank you.
Sorry. Nope. Yep, that's me. Hello, everyone. Good evening, Superintendent, Dr. Zakowski, members of the board, and members of our community. It is truly an honor and privilege to be not only a teacher, a resident, and a parent here in North Brunswick. And even more so, it is an honor to work under the leadership of our administration at Judd School, Dr. Glover, Mrs. Alderman, and Mrs. Green. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak from my heart this evening. Before I talk about relationships and education, I want you to think back to your own childhood. Think of a teacher who made you feel like you mattered, someone who saw you as more than just a student in their class. Chances are, what you remember most isn't the worksheet they gave you or the lesson they taught, but how they made you feel. I've been teaching for 16 years, and one of the most important parts of my work is building relationships with students. Students cannot fully learn if they don't feel safe, valued, and supported. Before they can take academic risks, they need to know they belong. In my classroom, I don't just teach reading, writing, math, social studies, science, all the things. I also teach responsibility, integrity, and what it means to be a good community member. My classroom is grounded in 3 promises, our rules, if you will. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, and take care of our classroom. Expectations are clear, routines are consistent, and students understand why those expectations exist. Children thrive when they know what's expected of them, and when they know they are trusted. I make it a point to explain the why behind everything we do. It's like my students, I struggle with doing things that don't make sense to me. So I welcome their questions. That openness builds a special kind of rapport. It takes time, and time we don't always have built into the academic schedule, but in my class, we make time for it because it matters. Through those conversations, students learn that they are important enough to be explained to, held accountable, and supported as they make mistakes, learn from them, and practice until progress happens. As students demonstrate that they can meet those expectations, classroom jobs become a way to build trust and responsibility. Sorry, hi Miller. I often tell my students, there is no trouble with Miss Robinson, only trust. Or do the right thing, even when, especially when, no one is watching. Trust changes how students show up. It has a way of calling them forward. The biggest consequence in my classroom isn't gaining or losing a privilege, although that works too. It's gaining or losing trust. Through this, students learn that their choices matter and that being a part of a community comes with responsibility to one another. Building trust doesn't always happen during lessons. Often, it grows in the small, everyday moments of connection. So every week on day 5, I eat lunch with 6 students whose names were drawn from the Class Dojo Point raffle. Lunch club is a big deal. And of course, it's a must on your birthday. Those moments may seem small, but that's where relationships grow. Ooh, sorry, wrong side. There we go. This approach is deeply aligned with the work of educator Rita Pearson, who reminds us that kids don't learn from people they don't like. That idea affirmed what I had already seen over the years of teaching in my background in responsive classroom. Relationships are not separate from learning, they make learning possible. But building relationships goes beyond the classroom walls. Picture this. You're 7 years old, standing on stage at a dance recital, or the production of Little Mermaid, and you look out into the audience and you see your teacher. Or it's your 8th birthday party, and alongside your friends and family singing happy birthday is your teacher. Or you're at the youth sports festival, riding rides, watching pig races, eating cotton candy, and your teacher is right there with you. Not because she has to be, but because she wants to be. Imagine the message that sends to a child. You matter. I learned that lesson myself when I was in high school and I lost my brother. I'll never forget how I felt when my principal, Sister Regina, and my vice principal, Sister Jacqueline, and my gym teachers, Miss Beebe and Miss Egan. I still remember them to this day. They showed up at the funeral. I never imagined that they would be there for me outside of school hours. That moment taught me something I'll never forget, that I mattered. And my students matter too. Last year, one of my students was battling leukemia. During that time, I made sure he knew that even though he couldn't be with us in school, he still belonged. I visited him weekly in the hospital and bi-weekly once he returned. One of my favorite memories was spending Christmas Eve with him and beating him in Uno. Although he did win a few games, right? He's here, say hello.
Yeah.
This photo was taken when he rang the cancer-free bell. Moments like this remind me that teaching isn't just about who students are in our classrooms. It's about who we choose to be for them when life takes center stage. And I just want to thank them for showing up tonight and allowing me to be a part of that journey with them. And sometimes those relationships last far beyond a single school year. This final photo is especially meaningful to me. This student was in my kindergarten class, and in June of 2024, she invited me to her high school graduation. That invitation reminded me that the relationships we build don't expire when the school year ends. My hope is that in the years to come, alongside their families, you'll find me sitting in audiences at more high school and college graduations, cheering on students who once sat in my classroom, simply because they matter beyond their academic performance. Author Bell Hooks reminds us that belonging is a practice. It's not a program, it's not a single moment, it's something we choose again and again. Showing up when things are hard, staying connected over time, and letting students know that they still matter long after they leave our classrooms. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Oh, we have a little bit of a height difference here. My name is Caitlin Haley. I am the general education teacher of our third grade in-class resource partnership.
Hi, I'm Andrea Santana, and I'm the special education teacher in our in-class resource third grade class. And this is my 25th year at Judd, and this is my 6th year with Caitlin. So when we were told that we were going to be working together, we had a meeting. It was during COVID, and we talked about our goals and what we wanted to do. And because there's 2 of us, there's a lot more, than that we are able to do. So we were writing our goals down, and we said one of our non-negotiables is that there is going to be no I in our relationship. Everything that we do is going to be together, and everything we do is going to be we. If we could show our students that we are a team, then they're going to want to be part of our team. When we send messages to parents, when we talk to students, it is always us or it is we. There is no I. And we truly believe, because we are modeling teamwork and collaboration all day long, that students get to watch us work out our problems in real time. And they get to see us make decisions in positive manners in real time. So we try to use every opportunity in our class working together as a teachable moment.
And if you can't tell by our photo op here, we have a wonderful working relationship inside and outside of the classroom, which really, kind of sets the tone for our every year together. We use morning meeting to have real life and real world conversations with one another and with the students. We talk about empathy, what's going on in the world, what's going on in our lives, what's going on in their lives. And like Andrea said, they're able to observe the way that we interact, and they know just about everything going on in our lives, and they're able to see us as people and not just as teachers. And I think that is so important in building that trust with your students. And we use any chance we can to infuse social emotional learning in our academic goals. Our whole day is teachable moments. And the beauty of having 2 adults in the classroom is we can do a lot of modeling of those teachable moments and do a lot of role playing and acting through those scenarios. And it really is amazing to see how our students are able to self-regulate because they're able to watch how we model and have teamwork all day long. And it is very evident in our room that the students care about one another so deeply because we care about one another so deeply. And it really just creates some magic in our room. And I think our families feel that, our students feel that, and hopefully our colleagues feel that. But it is having the collaboration between the 2 of us is something that I think is really wonderful for the kids to see all day long.
And just maintaining that relationship when kids go on to the middle school and to high school, it's so nice. Sometimes students come back, we see them at McTeacher night, or even just sending a text to a student like, hey, good luck. I know tomorrow you're going to be nervous on the first day of school. You know, good luck with everything, and just to see them throughout their community. In our class, we always talk about how being unique is really important, and being different is so important. We celebrate and highlight all of the differences in our classroom, and we carry them out in real world conversations. We always say, like, if everyone were the same, then things would be very, very boring, and we don't want to ever be bored. When we pick our kids up from special, and this has actually happened a few times this year, the special teachers will say to us, like, oh, one of your students was having a really challenging time, and either it was too loud, or maybe the robot was too hard, or something was happening and it was very challenging. And they said, your class they're just so kind. They go over to each other and they will say, like, hey, let me help you, or that's okay if you don't get it this time, you'll get it next time, or don't worry, I know it's loud, do you want your headphones? And just being tolerant is so important, and this year, it really shows.
Yeah. This year specifically has been really special to us. Andrea and I were fortunate enough to loop up to 3rd grade with our class. So looping means you are moving from one grade to the other with the exact same crew. We stayed in the exact same classroom, so we had to kind of switch things around all summer to make it feel a little different. And when our administration came to us, you know, we went through all the positives of already knowing our students, picking up right where we left off, already having that foundation, that class community, the relationships with parents and families. And our routines were already established. And coming in on the first day of school, we had to switch to 3rd grade brain. And 3rd grade is very different from 2nd grade. So we changed our system, our jobs, our responsibilities, the way we manage our materials. And it has been truly amazing to see firsthand the growth from 2nd grade to 3rd grade. And I can only imagine continuing on, seeing that same group of kids has been truly, we are a family in our room. And even when it comes to the communication with the parents, we knew these parents for a whole year, so back to school night, conferences, daily communication is more authentic, more comfortable. And so many of our students that have academic or social struggles have been flourishing this year because they are comfortable, they feel safe, they know they are loved. We have that same crew of kids, and there is magic happening this year.
And like the theme throughout the night, you know, relationships really do matter. They matter with each other, they matter with colleagues, and they really matter with the students. When students feel safe, they're more willing to take academic risks. They want to learn. So we always tell them, like, there is no right or wrong answer. Like, we're here to help you. You can make a mistake, and that is okay. So we feel very lucky, and there's a lot of learning, both academically and emotionally in our classroom. So.
And a whole lot of love.
And a whole lot of love.
Thank you very much.
So as administrators, we are in the classrooms every day. We get to see the magic every day, so we wanted to bring you some of the magic. I hope you got a glimpse of the life of your children, our students, and what they experience, the care and the love that they experience from all of our staff members here at Judd. Now, we see the power of relationships more clearly, even more clearly, through our specialized programs. So we're going to hear a little bit about some of them. In Gifted and Talented, which is our SOAR program, teachers connect with students to understand their passions and challenge their thinking in meaningful ways. In our autism program, relationships are the foundation of trust, communication, and growth. In our bilingual program, teachers build bridges between language and culture, partnering closely with students and families. And through the arts, strong relationships help students find their voices, build confidence, and feel connected to their community. Tonight, next, you will hear from 4 key members of our staff who lead this important work and bring these programs to life at Judd. So it's my pleasure next to introduce the next 4 presenters, Ms. Alvarez, Ms. Varga, Mrs. Havens, and Ms. Major.
Just when you thought you were done. No. Good evening, Dr. Zakowski, Board of Education members, parents, and colleagues. My name is Fran Alvarez, and I'm one of the bilingual teachers here at Judd School. I'm so proud to work in this district, especially at Judd, where we value bilingual and ESL programs and see their cultural benefits of this education. Bilingual education and related programs deliver strong academic outcomes for our diverse population and support cultural equity. In our bilingual classrooms, we enable students to use their knowledge and their language skills and help them recognize their strengths. We aim to make our classrooms safe, welcoming environments so that our students feel comfortable and can leverage their linguistic repertoire. It is essential to recognize the value and impact that it will have on families as well. We build partnerships and connect both of these worlds. We translate everything that we send home, and I send home a weekly newsletter in Spanish so that they know what is going on in the classroom with their children. As educators, we must encourage students and families to feel comfortable, successful, and always supported. In our classrooms, we aim to help our students keep pace with grade-level content in subjects such as math, science, and social studies, and preventing learning gaps as they acquire English. That way, we can develop the necessary language skills without being overwhelmed and leading them to a more stable and less stressful educational experience. By establishing these relationships, it helps to reduce behavioral issues. I greet my students at the door every single day and show them care and compassion, so much so that students that I've had from previous years stop at my door before they go to their classroom. They're not supposed to do that, so let's not talk about that, but they do still stop by. We try to provide collaborative problem-solving approaches and many opportunities for peer collaboration and interaction. And if you look on the bottom, third from the bottom, I have a student who started a month in, and she was helping another student who just started as well. And I love that because she's not always confident in what she's doing with math, but she figured she can help them. If you look at the second photo on the bottom, it's Christina, who I had 2 years ago, who stops in on her way. If you look at the first picture on the bottom on the left, I did win the fantasy football trophy, and the students were celebrating just as much as I was. We were celebrating, top left picture, we're celebrating our holiday breakfast. The second picture, we were celebrating International Day and Night, so everybody was so happy and proud to celebrate their culture, and we do that in our class. If you look at the third picture from the top, that's International Night as well. We have a shameless plug for that because that is coming up on Friday, February 27th, and we encourage you all to be here because it's a wonderful night. But it goes beyond that. We build trust through consistent care, and we make safe spaces in our classroom. Many previous students know that they can always come back, they can learn to express themselves, and they know that they always have a safe space with me. So much so that today was Miss Selma's birthday, and she earned a reward, and instead of staying in her classroom with her class, she came back to read to my kindergarten class. That was the reward that she wanted to do. And I thought that was just the sweetest thing. And thank you, Selma, for being here tonight. I also feel like I've had Selma for 2 years. I didn't just have her for 1 year in kindergarten, because when I had her brother Xavier during COVID and it was virtual learning, Selma decided that she wasn't going to the pre-K classes and she was with Xavier in kindergarten as well. We create these environments where students feel safe and they love being with their teachers. And finally, we support our students beyond the academics, attending events like McTeacher Night, literacy, math nights, and especially our most successful night, International Night, where we celebrate these cultures, and we encourage you to join us. I also want to show you one thing. Miss Caitlin, thank you. So this is part of our benchmark advance. This is part of our new language arts curriculum, and we are so lucky to have a district that also purchased the Spanish counterpart to it. My students are learning about plants and animals and what they need to survive. The unit has a song in English and in Spanish, and I always let them choose which one they would like to hear. They choose the Spanish version, and we listen to it every morning before we start our language arts. And this is how involved they are in education. They love it. You'll see we have love notes, we have our weekend news in English and in Spanish. We have parents that we invite in to come and help us read. And our Spanish newsletter, if you look at the bottom right, there's also a student who's in Mrs. Marone's class who also uses her reward as coming to read to us when she wants to show off, which is lovely. So I want to thank you, Board of Education members. I want to thank the district. I want to thank our Judd School Administration and teachers for welcoming and celebrating our ever-changing immigrant population and supporting our multilingual and bilingual learners. This means more than you absolutely know. Thank you.
Good evening. My name's Cassidy Varga, and I'm the SOAR coordinator and teacher here at Judd. Hi. SOAR is our gifted and talented services and is built on the foundation that learning only thrives when students feel connected, valued, and supported. Over the last few years, our services have evolved. SOAR is no longer something that serves only a small population of our students. It's become an inclusive model that reaches all of our learners here at Judd. In order to be more inclusive, a 3-tier model is used so that every child can access enrichment at the level that best meets their strengths and their learning needs. In Tier 1, every student in grades K through 4 participates in school-wide enrichment lessons that I facilitate with their classroom teachers. These lessons take place in their classroom once or twice a month and focus on creativity, problem solving, collaboration, and social emotional growth. During these lessons, I'm intentionally building creativity and curiosity as skills and empowering students to embrace them with confidence. Through this school-wide enrichment experience, students build a shared language around creativity and collaboration starting in kindergarten. Here you can see some of the examples of the great work that they've done and how proud they are to share their thinking. Their smiles tell you everything. Oh, I have another one. In Tier 2 and Tier 3, students participate in small groups where they're diving deeper into academics, being appropriately challenged, and working through complex problems that stretch and use their thinking. These experiences support how their brains learn and grow while also understanding what it means to have gifted abilities. Through these small groups, they are given an opportunity to build relationships with peers who think and learn in similar ways as them. In the short video I'm going to show you in a minute, you'll hear from students sharing their experiences and how SOAR helps them feel challenged and connected here at Judd. Why do you like working and learning with students who enjoy the same challenges as you?
Because when I get stuck, they can help they can help me, and when they get stuck, I can help them. It helps me grow my mind more, and they understand me. They understand me in a way that not much people do.
I like working and learning the same way with students because that means we all learn the same way and we all do this. We don't do the same thing, but we are similar. It makes me feel good because there are other people that are like me.
I like working with students who like the same challenges as me so we can learn all our interests and get to know each other.
How does being in SOAR help you feel like you belong here at Judd?
It helps me feel like I belong because I can find some other people that think almost the same as me.
Makes me feel like I belong here because it makes me feel special, and the way it makes me feel special is because learning about my gifted abilities and other stuff makes me feel a lot more confident.
Being SOAR helps me feel like I belong because I get to challenge my brain and I get to see how other people think. It also makes me feel comfortable because I can see how people have like the same brain and mind and think set that I have.
SOAR feels awesome and incredible to be in because you gotta learn about others that think like you.
Hopefully, this has given you a better understanding about SOAR services and how it isn't just about academic enrichment. It's also about growing thinkers, collaborators, and confident learners, and most importantly, building relationships so that both hearts and minds can grow here at Judd. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Catherine Havens. I am the Special Education Supervisor, and I'm so excited to stand up here. I could do hours about this program. I will not. I will keep it very brief. But I'm going to start by saying the fact that Dr. Glover asked me to be here tonight to talk about this program when talking about Judd School says everything you need to know about why this program has flourished in this building. So I'm going to give a little history lesson and start back in 2007 when I met with Dr. Zakowski, and I had the very nerve-wracking experience of trying to talk about and convince and tell everyone why we were going to do what we wanted to do with 4 students only back in 2007 and start the program that we believed would be a high-quality public school program for students with autism. And we set some goals, and if I could go back and do it again and have that meeting again, these are all the things I would say. But back in 2007, we had 4 students here at Judd that we started a program with. They were 3 and 4 years old, and in a little while when I do parent testimonials, I'm going to be very proud to share that one of the parent testimonials was from one of those first students, who is now 22. But when we met and we talked about what that was going to look like, I don't think any of us had any idea that we would grow to be 8 classes here at Judd Elementary School and run one of the most reputable autism programs, not only in the county, but in the state. And I can say in the seat I am in now, about once a week, I will get a phone call, if not more often, I will get a phone call from a colleague around the state, a parent who is looking to move here. Sorry. A colleague around the state, a parent who is looking to move here, a professional somewhere that's located somewhere around New Jersey asking how we do what we do here with this program in North Brunswick. And I hope to share a little bit about that with you. I would be remiss if I didn't give a little bit of insight into what the program is. So I'm going to start with that, but then really talk about what makes it special, which are the connections, because one of the goals we set back in 2007 was that we were going to embed and infuse working with families and the parents and the siblings at the heart of the program and prioritize the whole learner and meaningful life quality, and that's what we set out to do. So the couple of principles that our program is based on here, we are a data-based program. I am a behavior analyst, and that means I'm a scientist at heart, so every decision we make is data-based, and it continues to be. So we are constantly monitoring big and small achievements for our students and making all of our decisions based on that. We prioritize structured learning environments, the principles of applied behavior analysis, but what we really take those two things to do is to focus on meaningful language and communication growth and the development of social skills of our learners, and that comes from their families and the meetings that we have and the conversations and the relationships that we build so that we know what a family values so that we can prioritize that and infuse that into our teaching. Some of the pieces I'd like to highlight are our relationship with parents, our parent training programs, our events, and our partnerships, and ensure that everyone knows that everything we're doing here as a part of this program is part of what are high-quality indicators for programs for students with autism, and embedding that family piece and those connections and relationships is really at the core of it. Here are some of the parent testimonials. I reached out to 10 parents and asked for a few sentences, and I got back pages that I pulled from within a day or two, and I think that says a lot about what we're doing. So here are some of the parent testimonials that I'd like to share. The first quote is from the parent of a student who was in our very first program. Our son is older now and lives a rich and fulfilling life. It would not be possible without the relationships developed with our Judd team. I'm convinced that relationships are the heartbeat of special education work. We are forever grateful to North Brunswick Township Schools for the professionals who changed Noah's life and the lives of many others. Another parent testimonial. When you are going through the trauma of learning a diagnosis, trust and vulnerability are the only way out of the grief. Something about the caregivers on our son's team at Judd invited both trust in their professionalism and experience and vulnerability in depending on their caring hearts that never judged us, not once. When our son was 3, we began our journey with his Judd team. These professional, highly skilled, and caring educators have been a steady and present comfort throughout our journey. I can't express in words how grateful I am to the team at Judd and what it means to our family. It means so much as a parent to know your concerns are heard and valued. We are very fortunate to have such a caring and compassionate group of people working with us. We are sincerely thankful and grateful to every person who helps our son make progress every single day. Thank you to the staff for providing this nourishing environment to the kids. We could not have asked for anything more and call ourselves lucky to be living in this town and benefiting from this program. Thank you for your fun family night program where we get to meet and chat with a lot of the teachers, staff members, and parents. We do know that there are a lot of people who put in their personal time and hard work to make this event a successful one, and we greatly appreciate it. And the last one is up at the top. It may take a village to raise a child, but it takes a lot more than a village to raise a child with special needs. It takes everything that everyone's got. We get to see this happening through every staff member every single day. These were just some of the quotes that I got back from some of the families that we work with, and I thought that was a great place for me to start because it sets the tone for what we're doing. And I know sometimes it's really hard work, and it's sometimes very difficult to see the progress with the students that we're working with, but we get to see it every single day. Some of the pieces I would like to highlight for you on how we are building these connections, and some of our staff members are here. A couple of the key pieces that we do that bring this to life is we host family-friendly, sensory-friendly events here at Judd. We have a huge outpouring of attendance for those events. even at times where attendance to events is sometimes at an all-time low. These events are very well attended because we make it safe and comfortable. It is not easy for the family of a child with special needs to go places in public and have those social experiences, and we try our best to make it as comfortable by gathering input from the families. What is it that you want to be able to do? What would you like us to work on? How can we accommodate this? We are connecting our families of parents of older children with parents of younger children. So we are giving them buddies and mentors to go through this process together. We host a parent academy, which is an evening event where we are teaching families, based on their feedback, what they want to know how to do at home for their child with special needs. We host workshops on feeding. We host workshops on sleeping. We host workshops on potty training and social skills. Those have been extremely well attended as well. We also have individual parent training sessions where our behavior analysts, our teachers, and our case managers, Rena Richardson is here, who is one of the most outstanding case managers I've ever worked with and manages this entire program here at Judd. We have those individual parent training sessions where parents will sign up with those staff members for 15 to 20 minutes a day. A couple times a year, they give us feedback about what they want to learn. The teachers and team put together how to teach them how to do it. We model it, we invite them in, we show them how to do it with their student. We are helping them access insurance and services outside of the school day. We are working with Medicaid. We are working with Perform Care. We are working with all of the outside agencies to try to connect this. One of the things that the Judd program here has piloted and is now done throughout the entire district is we call it our safety program, which is a program for students, originally developed for students with autism. For those of you who may not know, one of the main risk factors for children with autism is wandering away. And we took that very, very seriously after a parent shared that that happened to them at home, and they had a very distressing experience, and we're worried about it happening here at school. So we put together an elopement program. We pre-identify students. We are in communication with the police department. We run drills in this school, and now all of the other schools do it as well, which has made the parents feel that their child is safe while they're here, but we have also connected the families with how to do that on their own. So we are connecting the parents with their communities to do that as well. We have special siblings groups, so if you are the sibling of a child with special needs, we host sibling support groups, we connect siblings together. These are some of the ways that we have tried to build relationships in situations that can sometimes be challenging to build those relationships. And I think I speak for our whole team when saying that we feel comfortable and safe and supported in developing these programs and supporting these families because we know that we have always been so supported by the staff here at Judd, by the Board of Education, by the administration, and that's why we're able to do what we're doing. So for me, from the bird's eye view of the whole elementary special education department, the heart of much of what we've done was started here at Judd, and the heart of that program still is here. It's gotten a lot bigger though, and it would not be possible without the community that exists in this building. So we are extremely grateful to everyone here at Judd as well as the Board of Education. So thank you so much.
All right, get them set up and then I'll chat a little bit. So just give me one moment.
Alrighty. Good evening, everybody. My name is Megan Major, and I have the true honor and pleasure of being the instrumental music teacher here at Judd. Tonight, I'm not only representing myself, I'm representing all the arts teachers, which include myself, Miss Perryman, the infamous, and of course, Mr. C. Incredibly talented, I put here, because he is very talented. Tonight's theme talks all about the relationships we have with our students, and there's no better way to show that relationship than through art. Relationships are truly the foundation of learning. When students feel seen and safe, they engage more deeply and take academic risks, ask questions, and bring more of themselves to their classroom. The coolest thing sitting here tonight, like gonna go totally off script, was seeing their faces and hearing their teachers talk about some of the things that they do in the classroom, and seeing, for me, how that relates to our time together. It was really cool. So we do a lot here at Judd. Miss Perryman just did Annie musical, which was really awesome 2 weeks ago. You'll see some pictures from that. Mr. C is getting ready for our District Arts Festival. It's the second annual District Arts Festival, which is very exciting. So all of the schools in North Brunswick will be representative. And the fourth graders will be performing, both band and orchestra, which is very exciting. And I'm gonna try and skip through so we can get to the good stuff. So when I was asked to talk about the arts here at Judd, there really is no better way than bringing the students, because that's what we do. We build connections through making art. So this year, I have some really, really talented fourth grade string players, and I wanted to make sure that they were represented, keep saying that. And also, I have a third grader here as well, Andreas. Is that what you're going to tell me? I would not forget, but thank you. They hold me accountable, if nothing else. So I'm very honored to have these students with me today, especially because they kind of put this together and they were so dedicated and so excited. So families, thank you so much. And students, y'all did a really good job sitting nicely, so thank you for that. So we're gonna play for you kind of our warm up just to get ourselves ready to go. Then we're gonna do a song we did at a concert because they just rock starred that. And then we're also going to do a little trio, so please enjoy. All right. And finally, we have one more mini performance. So one of the things we're talking a lot about is connections. And the one thing that I absolutely love is watching students just pick up an instrument and go wild with it. And almost every single one of the kids, actually truly all of them who are here, have done just that. But I had two students who have been working really hard and like seriously melted my heart with that picture yesterday. They like went home and practiced it together. So we're gonna do a little trio that we kind of wrote together, and please enjoy. One more tune. All right, here one more time for our student performers. So our duet was Hudson and Andreas, and the cool thing too is almost all of them are also in SOAR and so many other programs because there's just so much to offer here at Judd, which is very exciting. So thank you so much.
Greetings, parents, Dr. Zakowski, members of the board. Thank you for being here this evening. I'm Dominique Alderman. I'm the Director of Elementary Instruction here in Judd, and in my role, I have the pleasure of advancing academic achievement by strengthening our instruction, aligning our supports, and ensuring that every student has access to high-quality learning every day. Today, I want to begin with a simple truth that data tells us where students are, relationships are what move them forward. So where are our students? Up here we have our 24-25 ESSA report from our 3rd and 4th grade students, and I want to highlight a few things for you. We have our ELA data at the top under the blue header, and math kind of with the tan peach under the bottom. I want to highlight our first green boxes in both categories where we met the target. In both subject areas, we far exceeded the state's minimum participation requirement for statewide assessments. 99.1% demonstrate strong systems for test administration, consistent student attendance during our testing windows, and a school-wide culture of assessment readiness. And what this really tells us are a fully representation of our school population. Our next green box in ELA, where we also met the target, our students achieved a 48.6% proficiency rate, which surpasses the NJDOE target of 38.6%. This is a 10% increase above expectations, indicating that we have strong instructional effectiveness, curriculum alignment, and progress towards our long-term achievement goals. And although the target was met, this data can still continue to guide our growth as we continue to close all the gaps for all of our subgroups. We are also so happy with our transition with the benchmark curriculum, and in conjunction with our work with our Heggerty drills and everything we already have with our guided phonics, we have a lot of instructional tools in our belt. Our next box down where we have is purple highlighted there. Our ELA growth, we had a median growth percentile of 74, which is exceptionally strong. This indicates that compared to our academic peers statewide, we demonstrated well above average growth. And what this high growth suggests is a couple of things: that our instruction is accelerating for multiple student groups, and that our students are improving even if they haven't met the proficiency target. And our school-aid practices, our interventions, our small group work, our data use are yielding strong results. We're very proud of that. In math, down below, we met the target with a confidence interval, posting a 44.5% proficiency rate compared to the state's target for us of 48.1%. So a confidence interval is a range of values derived from sample data likely to contain what we're looking for, and what it quantifies is that there is uncertainty for just a single data point. And so even though our result was slightly below what the state was looking for, it did meet, it was in the range of what they were looking for. I wanted to highlight to you our recent reading achievement data. This is our most recent MAP reading administration. We actually just took this last week. And the trend we see here is that our students are growing from kindergarten to 4th grade. And the number of students that are at or above the national average, that's kind of the mid-yellow to green and blue, is increasing. And the number of our students with significant needs that are in our 1st to 20th percentile, that's the red band you see here, is decreasing. So they're improving the more time they spend here at Judd. I also wanted to highlight for you our reading growth data. The MAP growth quadrant plot that you see here shows our grade level data and our school as a whole. The 4 quadrants really help us visualize our performance. The lower growth, lower achievement quadrant here is in the lower left, where the higher growth, higher achievement you can see in the upper right. And we are so proud to show that here we are in the higher growth, higher achievement quadrant. That's exactly where we want to be. I'm going to switch gears now and show you just some of our math achievement data. So this is actually our same group of students, but this is a different moment in time. Our students are actually taking the winter map assessment this week in our classrooms, so we don't have any updated data to share with you just yet. But what I wanted to highlight for you here is that these are the median percentiles for each grade level, and every single one of them is above the national average of 50%, ranging from the 53rd to the 61st percentile. So we're very proud of our achievement there. But like I said, data just tells us where students are. It's relationships that move them forward. Behind every score and every chart and every data point is a child who wants to succeed, who wants to belong, and who needs someone to believe in them. We don't use our data to label our students, we use it to understand them and to better meet them where they are and help them grow. 3 times a year, we take this MAP assessment. It's the measures of academic progress from NWEA. And these computer adaptive assessments in reading, math, and fluency help us see each student's unique learning path. And they don't just tell us how they performed, it really helps tell us what students are ready to learn next. And then we bring this information together with other data points, and from there we determine which students need additional support and what kind of support to provide them. And this leads us to our tiered system of intervention. Our Tier 2 supports provide targeted instruction in small groups for students who need extra reinforcement of specific skills. And Tier 3 is more intensive and it's more individualized, designed for students who need more focused instruction on foundational skills. So once students are identified, we develop individual goals that target those prerequisite skills, the building blocks they need to move forward. And we address these in the small groups in our classrooms and through our academic support team that I kind of want to highlight a little bit tonight. But the heart of our work is not the tier, it's the relationship. Our small group instruction works because it strengthens teacher-student connections, and it creates space for encouragement and trust and perseverance. Students begin to believe, I can do this. Someone is here to help me. We see this come to life when students who once struggled begin to take academic risks. When a child who once struggled begins to take academic risks, when they begin to make progress, and when their confidence replaces their frustration. That's why we say intervention is most effective when students trust the adults that support them. Our strongest growth comes from consistent, trusted instructional relationships. Yes, we track progress through our data sheets and our tiered lists and our intervention goal graphs, but what those charts really represent are stories of effort and support and belief. You've heard great examples from our classroom teachers, but I also wanted to highlight a little bit from our academic support teachers. They spend a lot of time making personal connections with their students, finding out their likes and their dislikes, and the things that motivate them and the things that cause them to shut down, so we can try to avoid those things in the future. And we use that information to try to make the most of the small time that we have with them. Stacey Abrams, she provides kindergarten and first grade support, and one of her kindergarten students was displaying a lot of behaviors at the beginning of the year, really struggling with transitions. She's worked a lot with his family, but she was able to figure out that what he really liked was cars and trucks. And by figuring this out, she was able to connect with him, and he's been incredibly successful in her small group. He went from knowing 2 sounds at the beginning of the year to now knowing 20. And even maybe more important than that, he is successfully transitioning throughout the school day every day. Besides Ms. Bernstein, she focuses a lot on building good rapport with her students, especially at the beginning of her groups. She makes kid-friendly posters to teach them her expectations, and she gives lots of pom-poms in her reward system. She gives them a lot at the beginning, especially for things like taking risks. And it might seem like a small thing, but every single day when she picks them up, she asks them how their day is. And this is such a meaningful part of the daily experience, and she can see how it makes them comfortable. And this is really hard because she knows when she's working with them that reading is really hard. The students in the second grade hallway are always asking if they can go to Miss Myers and Miss Luchancic and Miss Weissman's room, because they're always building in intentional, fun practice into their routines so they can practice their skills. And what I just love here is the boys high-fiving each other when they got the answer right. Just precious. Ms. DeSano thrives on knowing her students well. She finds out their interests, and then she intentionally builds in those topics into the conversations and the resources that she uses while they practice their reading skills. There's one particular student who's been having a difficult time. He really is reluctant to work. And one of the things she discovered through her conversations is that he really doesn't like the feeling or sound of a lead pencil on paper. And she discovered that erasable pens were like magic for him. And it was like this small little thing that made a huge difference for this student in order to make his goal this cycle. Mr. Presco and Mrs. Levin, they create binders for their students so that they can work beyond their small groups in the classroom and bring them home so that they can show their parents all of the games that are learning to practice their skills. Like I said, we use data not to define our students, but to understand them. And we use our data not as an endpoint, but as a starting point for connection. It's about creating classrooms where students feel safe to try, safe to struggle, and safe to succeed. It's about building systems where no child is invisible and no need is overlooked. Because when instruction is stronger, but the relationships are stronger, growth is possible. And when students are known, supported, and believed in, they rise. Thank you for your continued support of the work we do here at Judd, our work that blends data with heart and relationships with results.
Good evening. Happy Board Appreciation Month. Thank you all for coming. I'm Mrs. Green, the instructional dean here. The kids call me Dean Green. I am going to be talking about school climate, behavior, and attendance. And when we talk about climate, behavior, and attendance, we're really talking about relationships. None of this work happens in isolation, and each piece supports the other. Together, these three elements create a foundation of trust, belonging, and shared responsibility that allow positive relationships to grow and students to thrive. Let's see here. Hopefully here we go. So school climate has a powerful impact on relationships because it shapes how people feel, interact, and treat one another on a daily basis. This goes for both students and staff. Number one, students do their best learning when they feel safe and seen. Number two, educators do their best teaching when they feel heard and valued. Ultimately, a positive school climate fosters mutual respect, empathy, and communication, which are essential for a connected school community. Some of the work that we do as admin to promote a healthy climate is we recognize our staff and the work that they do. Our weekly Sprouting Connections spotlights the wonderful work and dedication of our staff. We want everyone to know the greatness that happens here. We also ensure that staff and student voices are heard. We try to prioritize staff and student voice by surveying and capturing their perspectives. We feel that voice matters. When people feel heard, they're more invested. We make our committees and teams equitable because, again, we want our staff to contribute in meaningful ways. We understand that our staff brings incredible insight and it's important that we create that space for that. As a team, Dr. Glover, Mrs. Alderman, and myself, through reflective listening, respond thoughtfully to feedback and concerns. Listening is just as important as responding. So the next topic I'm going to go over is behavior and PBSIS. Our PBSIS framework focuses on our 4 core values, which are responsible, respectful, kind, and safe. The PBSIS work that we do, it gives us a common language across the entire building. Our PBSIS program begins in the first days and weeks of school. Core lessons are taught in every classroom that focus on key areas like how to use technology, how to be in the hallway, bathroom, bus. We do a lunch and recess rollout, and that sets the expectations for those more unstructured, for less structured areas. We end the week with a big pep rally where we celebrate everything that we learned. Grade levels work together with their students. They create cheers, and Buddy makes an appearance, and the walls just rumble. These clear expectations help students feel secure and successful. And when expectations are set and are consistent, students know what success looks like. Now, new this year, we have our school-wide system, which is Dojo Points. The Dojo Point system reinforces those 4 core values. We award students for displaying these values, and as a school, we earn school-wide rewards. For the next reward, I'm still convincing Dr. Glover for us to do up high the principal. But I'm just saying. The kids want it. The kids want it. So Dojo allows us to celebrate the positives in real time, and the students get excited when they see their positive choices add up. We also meet for behavior data team meetings. During our meetings, we look at trends and identify students that may need additional support to assist with behaviors. Once those plans are developed and are in place, this allows teachers to be more productive or proactive with their students in understanding their triggers. So much of this work relies on relationships. Relationships are the foundation of behavior support. As a result of these systems, we've had a 10% reduction in office referrals over the past 2 years, and we're very proud of that. When data and relationships work together, students are supported earlier and positive outcomes follow. So lastly, I'm going to speak about attendance. Attendance is another critical piece of student success, and at Judd, we are committed to improving attendance. And let's be honest, we want our kids here, learning, and growing, right? We meet to, as a team to identify patterns, early warning signs of chronic absenteeism. And last year, students were incentivized by entries for Squishmallows. Do you guys remember that? You wouldn't believe how popular a Squishmallow is, okay? And how Dr. Glover and Ms. Pelzinski, who's not here tonight, love to shop for them. So this year, we're actually doing what's called a Strive for 95, and each month, the goal is for each grade level to achieve 95% attendance each month in order to earn a lunch mixer. We're gonna get there. Showing up matters, and we want to recognize the effort of our students. By recognizing effort, monitoring those patterns, and celebrating attendance, we're sending a clear message that showing up matters and every day counts. In closing, climate, behavior, and attendance all come back to one thing, and that is connection. These three elements are not separate initiatives. They work together to shape the experiences of our students each day. And this is how we create a school where every student can succeed. Thank you.
Okay.
That's it?
That's it. We cut a little bit out, believe it or not. I did say 3 minutes apiece, but when they came with more, I couldn't say no. I couldn't cut it out. So after hearing from our teachers and listening to the voices of our students, I hope that you have a clear picture of who we are and what we do every day here. I hope that you've seen how our students learn best through their strong relationships, through their high expectations and meaningful opportunities to grow. But most importantly, I hope that you experience firsthand how at Judd we are committed to growing both hearts and minds. We are building confident learners, compassionate individuals, and responsible citizens. Thank you for your continued support, your partnership, and your belief in our students and staff. We are proud of the work we do, and we are grateful for the opportunity to serve this community and excited about what lies ahead. Thank you so much.
Dr. Glover, you and the Judd team should be very proud, and we want to say thank you for sharing the how. We've talked about this as faculty and staff on first convocation, right? We're going to figure out the how, and I just want to say that this comprehensive look into the stories and narrative of the children and the teachers and how they get it done, it was really impressive. And I can't believe it was an hour and a half because it just flew by and it was very interesting. And I just think serving the community, serving the students, and serving each other with the idea that how is driven by relationships is just important as the content that we're doing, but without that piece, I think the missing piece of the puzzle of building relationships in each and every level, from our autism program to our SOAR and everything else in between with the arts, really makes it worthwhile for our the Board of Education to go on this road trip and to see that return on investment of all the work that we do behind the scenes and how you make it come to life with your team. And just by the attendance here, families and as teachers, and I know many people left, it's getting late, but thank you again. The how was so impressive, so comprehensive. Thank you, and give yourselves a round of applause because it was fantastic. Madam President?
It is so evident what an amazing school this is, but it's also very evident how you are shaping hearts and minds on a day-to-day basis. And, you know, take all the time that you need to give us these presentations because it truly is so great for us to come out and see what's happening in your buildings on a day-to-day basis. So I appreciate you all, and thank you for your partnership with us as well. We feel it, and this board is a good board that has some great schools, but more importantly, great staff and great students. So thank you. Anyone else from the board?
Hi, everybody. I just want to say thank you guys to this school. I think, you know, I had three boys come through this school over the past many years, and you guys are like family to us. We will always hold you guys in our hearts just for how much love and dedication you guys put, not just to our kids, but to all the kids that have gone through this school. So really appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Guys, I just want to say thank you for everything that you did, what you shared with us. Now we get a better idea how you guys are a well-oiled machine. Now, I don't know if that comes from Dr. Glover, how if this is what you put in place, or you just got so lucky with a wonderful staff. But I really saw passion in everybody's eyes. I mean, we talk to a lot of teachers, we meet a lot of you, but what I saw with the passion today was genuine, and I saw it in everybody's eyes, their smiles. And one thing that really resonated with me, and I always believed it, is that kids will learn better from people they like, and you guys are just tremendous and lovable human beings. So definitely give yourselves another round of applause, and this was just great. So thank you guys. Thank you for everything.
Say one quick thing, sorry. Okay. Just echoing a lot of what everyone have already said. I am a Judd parent. It's been phenomenal coming into the school district, coming from another district. My two children are absolutely just in love with all the Judd staff. The PTO is also amazing. It's really true that I've really witnessed firsthand the relationships that y'all have, the strong bond, the community. So I thank you so much for that, and I love seeing it just grow. Especially shout out to the arts programs. You guys are phenomenal, all aspects, everything. So thank you so much for everything y'all do.
Well, thank you all again.
I also want to echo sentiments and just say this is the epitome of what we want to see for schools, is that you all are actually truly addressing the whole child, and I understand that that was the focus. But from the social and emotional wellness to the academics to the extracurriculars to the gifted and talented to the different subsets of populations of bilingual, etc. I am very grateful and honored that we have people that not only do the work but absolutely go the extra mile. Ms. Robinson's presentation of her regular involvement with students well beyond the classroom, I think it's beautiful, and I'm very grateful for all the work that you all do. So thank you.
Thank you. Well, we have some business to get to before we wrap up the evening. We are going to continue on page 1 of our agenda, item number 6. We will review our agenda for our regular public meeting on February 4th, which is a week from today, next Wednesday. So at this time, we will pull out that draft agenda, and we will go page by page. So we have page number 1. And then we can jump to page 2. We have a few presentations. We can go to page 3. Pages 4 and 5. We have some bolded changes on, or additions, excuse me, on pages 4 and 5. Pages 6 and 7. Pages 8 and 9. Page 9 starts out, finishes with curriculum and instruction, all the way to pages 10, 11, 12, 13, as well as pages 14 and 15. Page 16 and 17. We start on page 16, in the middle of the page, some miscellaneous items. Page 18 and 19. On page 18, we begin finance. Pages 20 and 21. We move along to policy and transportation. And then we wrap up on page 22, where we'll have some closed session items next week. So at this time, we will have a public session on agenda items only.
Madam President?
Yes.
Just may take the liberties of explaining some context. More things change, the more they remain the same. We went back into having a conference meeting, which is really a workshop meeting, talking about the agenda. This agenda becomes public Monday, not the agenda that we're working off tonight. That's the conference agenda, which leads with the Judd presentation, our road trip, so to speak. But our action meeting next week, because we do a consent agenda, this gives us an opportunity as a board, go through the pages of motions, and then we will post it for the public on Monday, which will be February 2nd. Can you believe it? February 2nd already. And for our February 4th meeting, at that meeting, then we'll have the consent agenda. Now tonight may be confusing because we do have some action items. Typically would only be on next week's agenda, but because they're time sensitive and some spacing between meeting times, that we're asking the board to consider that. So if anybody has any questions about the agenda items, they could consider next week's agenda, which was left at the tables, I guess, out here, or tonight's agenda, where we're taking some action on some timely, time-sensitive matters.
Yes.
So hopefully that gives some context and not confusion.
So at this time, does anyone from the board or public have any comments on the agenda items? This is now the time. Okay, seeing and hearing none, can I please have a motion to close the public portion of the meeting?
So moved.
Second. Who was second? I'm sorry. Stephen can get it. All in favor?
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? This session is closed.
Thank you. Mr. Wen, would you please take item 9? We have some personnel items.
Yes, Madam President. I'd like to make a motion to approve the following personnel items. Should I read through all of them?
That would just include subsection A and B. Yeah. You don't have to read it all through. A and B.
Just including sections A and B.
Thank you.
Then you gotta do
Second.
We need a second? Yep.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank you,
James.
Ms. James.
I'm going to do a roll call on this. Ms. Cepeda?
Yes.
Ms. James?
Yes.
Dr. Patel? Yes. Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Ms. Sinha? Yes. Ms. Toth?
Yes.
And Mr. Wen?
Yes.
The personnel items are approved.
Thank you. Ms. James, would you please take item 10?
Happily, I make a motion to approve the following curriculum and instruction items, inclusive of items A, B, C, and that is it.
We need a second?
Second.
Okay, I'm going to do another roll call on this. Ms. Cepeda?
Yes.
Ms. James?
Yes.
Dr. Patel? Yes. Yes. Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Ms. Sinha?
Yes.
Ms. Toth?
Yes.
And Mr. Wen?
Yes.
These items are approved.
Thank you. And Dr. Patel, would you please take item 11?
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the following miscellaneous items. Approve the appeal application for the expansion of the Central Jersey College Prep Charter Schools from North Brunswick, New Brunswick, and Franklin Township schools.
Thank you. Can we have a second?
Second?
Thank you, Mr. Wen.
Wen. Again, I'm going to take roll call. Ms. Cepeda?
Yes.
Ms. James?
Yes.
Dr. Patel?
Yes.
Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Ms. Sinha?
Yes.
Ms. Toth?
Yes.
And Mr. Wen.
Yes.
This particular motion is approved.
Thank you, Ms. Hawk. At this time, we will have a public session on any matter. If anyone from the public would like to address the board, this is now the time to address and speak on any matter. Seeing none, hearing none, can I please have a motion to close the public portion of the meeting?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not approved? The session is closed.
Thank you. And if we have nothing else at this time, thank you all so very much. We appreciate your time. We just need an adjourn. Motion to adjourn.
So moved?
Second.
I'm sorry, second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Judd.
Thank you so